Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing the Mafia Conspiracy. An initiative SDI, an experimental satellite SK2 was recently launched into Earth's orbit. For some unknown reason, the experimental satellite has apparently fallen out of the sky and crashed into the Alps. Now threatening letters have simultaneously been received in Washington. And the Kremlin, the author of these letters, has signed in the name of the Marat revolutionary group. However, this cannot be verified. Alright, come on. Unfortunately, you can't make everything go faster. Like, another one of those things, it's the smallest little detail, but it makes some of the biggest difference when you can and can't do it. Like, if you can read quick enough, you don't need this. I can read almost 600 words a minute, and this is just excruciatingly slow. And the fact that you can't, like, at least fast forward to it so you can read it fastly and go through it, and so you can do it again and skip it. Like, if you actually ever wanted to play these games more than once, sitting through some of this stuff is like the most annoying thing on the planet. Alrighty then. The Moffat Conspiracy. Logo 13. Isn't that an anime? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Let me know in the comments. Again, I'm glad that you do videos and do all this stuff, but to be able to skip or make it quicker is just the smallest little detail that makes a huge, huge difference. And do they have to keep repeating themselves? That's a little annoying. I mean, we really don't need a recap, seeing as how they just said it 3 seconds ago. I'll see what I can do. Alright, what we got? We got jump, kick. Alright, so far, game looks good. We're on a time limit. Better not stick around and try to figure it out. Let's see, gameplay basic right now. We got some Streets of Rage beat 'em up at the moment. The hitbox, having you ducking takes a little longer than it should. There's like a delay in trying to do the down attack, which actually is causing a lot of issues. Your reaction time is not as good as it should be. It's almost like there's no point in standing and attacking, because you can hit the guys that are both ducking and standing. Yeah, there's a delay that is unfortunate. And I think it's not mostly a delay. I think it's just you're so used to being able to do like the same thing at the same time. But this one you literally need to make sure you are... No. Really? They just keep... Okay, that's just garbage. I hate when they do shit like that. They literally have a spawn point right behind you as the guy is shooting at you. Yeah, like, at first glance, it doesn't seem like a bad game. It still doesn't seem terrible. It's just the delay in attacks. He needs to pull his fucking hands out of his pockets and maybe he can attack a little faster. But, especially the down attack does have a major delay that actually is not good. And you can see the kick, like how he just kind of sits there and holds it. Ah. Hey, we got there, finally! That took way more times than we needed. So far, all in all, minus I mean, most of this game is combat, and the combat is a little lacking and a little lagging. But with that being said, it still seems to be a pretty well done, polished game for the most part. Level design actually looks decent. I mean, it's a little repeatable, but all in all, I mean, it's looking good. The sprite work will be decent. Or the sprite work is decent. The little videos are okay. So we got. Can we change from the gun? Yeah, the reaction time and the slow ducking of this. Like, you duck fine until you need to duck, and then all of a sudden, it's... I mean, this pretty much this game is all based on you ducking for the most part. Haha. I mean, that's a smart thing, but it's annoying. The levels are pretty short. I mean, these cutscenes almost feel longer than the actual gameplay. Alright, I was talking about level design, but we seem to be doing the same. It is getting to be a little monotonous. That would be one nifty, oh. Alright, another surprise enemy that we just kind of find out about. The bulletproof fire guy, alright. Alright, he's coming up here, so we gotta be careful. Oh, come on, really? You can't shoot up. Like, at first thing, you know, I was starting to have decent hopes for this game, but the more we go, the more frustrating and kind of just annoying it is than enjoyable. And just this constant, like, unavoidable throwing of enemies at you is just really stupid. I get it. I mean, you need the guys in the game. But there's so many, like, almost unavoidable things in here that just absolutely atrocious. It's almost like you gotta... And that's really not a fun way of playing a game. But, I mean, they kind of force you to do it to a point. Come on! We were doing so good, and then that bullshit. Like, I really dislike... The controls 99% of the time are fine, but then when it really counts, they kind of start to suck. Yeah, we knew he was coming too, and we kind of screwed up. Okay, so it's showing open hallway. You move twice and boom, you're just in a wall. Okay, this absolutely sucks. Like, oh, now we're moving. All right, fair enough. Finally. Like, nothing's catching up. I really hope there's not much of this in here because it's very, very poorly done. We're going to get so lost so fast. Wow, we walked right into a door that just had a guy just completely just fill us full of bullets before we could even react. Yeah, at first I was feeling the game. It was not bad. And then the first person was just awful. And then with the guys in there that are shooting you as soon as you walk through the door made it even worse. That's Moffat: A Conspiracy. It's not the worst game, and I'm just not a big fan of the first person, and I think this one was done pretty poorly. They could have done it a lot better. With that aside, the controls are a little unresponsive at times. Maybe it's just my controller's getting a little worn, a little old, but it seems like ducking, whenever I needed to duck, it would take a long time. And when his first attacks were like the kicking and stuff, like, he held his kick way too long trying to showboat or something. The fact that they keep spawning guys like right on top of you, like literally right on top of you as you're doing stuff, was another serious issue where you almost couldn't just like walk through the game. You literally, like I was doing, had to kind of like just get them to come on screen because that way you can get rid of the guy in front of you without them constantly spawning behind you. The spawn rate was too much. Some of the really cheesy, like the fireball attacking and everything, well, Molotov cocktails, but I think they kind of made those fairly shitty, and you can only shoot, left and right. You can't shoot up, which again is a huge issue in a lot of these games where they have guys above you, but you can't do anything about them. Doesn't make sense. And I can just imagine things just getting worse from there. Otherwise, you know what? It's not the worst. It's definitely not the best. It's not high up there. I think it's right in the mid range for a side scroller. Not really a platformer, more just a basic side scroller shooter, beat 'em up. But I mean, if you want to play a side scrolling beat 'em up, Streets of Rage is far, far better than this. I mean, this has a story. It's pretty decent as from what we can see, but that the first person just really ended it for me. It was really bad, and then you walk into a room and just die. Was not pleasant. And I could see that happening way too much to even want to continue and try it anymore. So with that being said, guys, go give it a try if this is something that you're kind of into. There's nothing really negative about it. It's not really great. It's just, meh, it's a game. It plays. It's all right. But there's really nothing to write home about. And there's really nothing to stand out enough to make it worthwhile to go after, rather than just some of the other, well-known and better done games. So with that being said, have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.